Of Mid-South families are worried about keeping the roof over their head. They fear foreclosure. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Merle Purvis.
And I'm Daryl Green. Nearly 5,000 homes have already been foreclosed on in Shelby County, and thousands more are at risk right now. According to RealtyTrack.com, Shelby County leads the way for foreclosures in the state of Tennessee. In September alone, 1 in every 621 homes filed for foreclosure. Memphis and Shelby County are suing Wells Fargo, alleging the mortgage company preyed on Mid-South African Americans with loans they could not afford. That company says it's innocent, while that lawsuit is still pending. Fox 13's Lauren Lee has been investigating this far-reaching problem in our community, and she came across a 90-year-old woman who lost her home, but is now fighting back. Lauren?
Daryl, 90-year-old Annie Austin out on the street because of foreclosure. It's a case the nonprofit Fair Housing Center of Memphis could not turn down. The attorney for Miss Austin says it's one of the worst cases of a predatory loan she has ever seen, and she's filed a lawsuit to try to get Miss Austin's home back.
Why should I feel so discouraged?
90-year-old Annie Austin lived in her Cordova home since her sons built it for her in 1978. It replaced their childhood home built on the property on land that had been in the family since the 1920s. But a few years ago, Miss Austin found herself out on the street.
Couldn't believe that what had been built for her by her sons, what had been in her, in her family since 1926, that she had actually lost it. She'd become homeless at that point.
Sapna Raj is the attorney representing Miss Austin in a lawsuit against the Home Realty Company of Memphis, the lender who foreclosed on Miss Austin's home. Raj works for the nonprofit Fair Housing Center, a division of Memphis Area Legal Services. After finding herself homeless, Miss Austin moved in with her daughter in Georgia, where she has been in and out of the hospital ever since. The lawsuit alleges Miss Austin is a victim of a predatory loan from Home Realty Company of Memphis on Park Avenue.
It is a predatory loan. It's one of the worst types of predatory loans we've seen.
Ms. Austin alleges in her lawsuit that she wanted an auto loan for a $700 used car she had picked out. Her son took her to Home Realty Company of Memphis, where she was issued a mortgage for $16,000. The terms, 15% interest with interest-only payments for 6 months and nearly $3,000 in fees. After 6 months, a balloon payment of the entire principal of the loan was due. There were penalties if Ms. Austin did not refinance with Home Realty Company. When Miss Austin refused to finance with Home Realty Company, the lawsuit alleges she was facing foreclosure. Just under a year from going to Home Realty Company for a car loan, Austin found all of her possessions from the house she'd spent the last 3 decades of her life in put in the front yard. Raj says most were stolen when Austin was put on the street.
If you think you have an auto loan and you lose your house instead and you're suddenly homeless, I mean, you can just imagine what that's like.
In July of 2008, Raj and the Fair Housing Center filed a lawsuit against Home Realty Company of Memphis and the company's owner, Charles Moore. Charles Moore did not respond to repeated calls to his business for comment. Moore's attorney, Dan Brown, also did not respond to repeated calls for an interview. According to the documents filed with the lawsuit, the lending arm of the company was shut down. But it was too late for Miss Austin. Her home, valued in 2007 at nearly $118,000, was sold on the courthouse steps. According to the Shelby County Assessor's Office, her home was sold in April of 2007 for $24,500. The lawsuit alleges Home Realty Company kept that money for the balance of the loan. But Ms. Austin's lawsuit is not the only action against Home Realty Company. According to state documents, an emergency cease and desist order was served to Home Realty Company from the Department of Financial Institutions in October of 2007. It alleged the company issued 9 mortgages during a 2-year period without ever having been licensed to do so. Ms. Austin's loan was named in the order as an example. State documents filed in July of 2008 indicate the state and Home Realty Company came to an agreement. A $12,000 penalty was ordered along with payments due to the loan victims. Ms. Austin was awarded more than $3,000 from back interest payments, but lost her home.
Our ultimate goal is hopefully to get Ms. Austin her house back.
Miss Austin's lawsuit is ongoing. Depositions are still being taken and discovery is moving forward. When we can expect a resolution is unknown. Merle?